Hello again. Welcome to the first real video of my blind playthrough of Nebulous Fleet Commands tutorials. I haven't actually done any gameplay yet, so I'm not sure what the audio levels are going to be like, so hopefully they're not too out of whack. But we're going to just get right into it. Looks like I have 2 frigates. Instructor. Alright, so it looks like this is just fairly standard learn how to move around tutorial, and we'll see how this goes.
Commander, I'm Lieutenant Hazel. I'll be guiding you through the trials to determine if you're cleared for operations. The brass has their eyes on you, so try not to embarrass me.
Okay, and it looks like it actually pauses in between verbal instructions.
Let's get you familiar with the view controls first. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse to angle your view.
Alright. Yep. Okay.
Now use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out.
That I've already figured out.
And most importantly, moving the view. Use W, A, S, and D to pan the view. E and C will raise and lower your view in the battle space, respectively.
Okay, the E and C.
And that's it. Let's move on to the actual interface. We're going to select one of our ships now, so sit tight.
Alright.
You can select a ship either by clicking on its icon in the battle space, selecting it in the ship list, or pressing its corresponding number key indicated in the ship list.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Alright, so here's selecting the ship that way, here's selecting the ship up here, and here's just hitting 1. Alright.
You've selected a ship. Now if you want to focus your view on the ship, you can use the F key. You can also do this by double tapping the ship's number key to both select and focus on the ship at the same time. When focused, your view will automatically track the selecting unit until you move the view.
Alright.
What can we do for you, Commander? Standing by.
Let's see. Oh. Okay. Double-clicking on the ship itself doesn't do that. It has to be the F key. Alright.
This ship in particular is the Rains-class frigate. It's the most common warship in the fleets, with a generous balance of speed, agility, armoring, and some good room for a good mix of support modules and weapon systems.
Alright. So this is a small ship that is maneuverable, probably not very tanky, but I already knew that from watching gameplay videos.
You'll also see at the bottom of the screen a readout of the selected ship. This is the ship information bar, and it's a list of the status of modules, weapons, current orders, and the general posture of the warship.
Evade. Alright, throttle, flank speed. Alright.
This window is the damage control status board, and it'll be one of the most important items when in battle, as it shows the condition of all modules on the ship as a color gradient. Green means functional and undamaged, while red means heavy damage. A destroyed module or weapon is indicated in gray.
Alright, and I accidentally figured this out. So this shows us the different components. I'm guessing that this... Alright.
Damage control is a whole can of worms, so we won't be covering that for now.
Right.
Let's move on.
I was not supposed to find that yet. Okay.
Next, the mount status display. This shows the status of all external mounts on the hull, which could be weapons, defense systems, or utilities.
Alright.
Currently, all of our mounts show green with a black slash, indicating they're operational but idle. If you're ever confused at what a color or a symbol means, you can hover over the color status icon with your mouse to see what's going on. Lastly, we have the posture controls. These define how the ship will operate. From here you can control maneuvers, which sensor systems are enabled, and toggle specific defensive systems.
Alright. I actually like that there's an evasive setting that pre-programs in random course changes. That's actually really neat. Especially useful at long range, I assume, with ballistic weapons. probably less useful for guided weapons, or probably beams as well.
Right now I've disabled most of these so we don't toggle something by mistake, but we'll go over these
What
systems
can we
later.
do for you, Commander?
And I appreciate that very much.
So you know how the interface works, but what about issuing an order to a ship? The ANS Small Beginnings is reporting that their drives are online, so we'll get that frigate into a nearby position.
Alright, finally
Select the
moving
ANS
stuff
Small
around.
Beginnings and open the action menu by right-clicking anywhere in the battle space.
Alright.
On the left side of the menu, select the Move or Movement submenu to see all available movement commands.
Okay.
The POS or Position command will order the warship to move to a position and hold there. Select position and move the Small Beginnings within 500 meters of Waypoint Atlas. This is the dial widget, and it will allow you to accurately select a position on the plane the ship is currently on by moving the cursor. You can left-click to confirm an order,
Apparently
or right-click to
accidentally
cancel.
found hook track.
To change the elevation, hold left control and move your cursor up or down.
Ah,
You can also issue waypoints by holding left shift and marking a path. The order will only be confirmed when left shift is released and you click again. Don't forget, if you need to get a better view, you can still hold the left mouse button to angle your view even while the dial is open.
alright. I recognize
When you're ready,
this control
lay in a
scheme
course for the
little
Small
bit
Beginnings
from,
to position
Homeworld,
itself near
actually.
Waypoint
It's
Atlas.
really nice because I always found that
Aye, aye, Commander.
very
Moving out.
intuitive. Was I supposed to? Yes, okay. So just that one ship. Oh. Actually, let's move you a little bit closer to that.
Aye, aye, Commander. Moving out.
And Q is hook track, which... Alright, so, one thing that I am noticing with my controls is that, I want to be able to, rotate with the Q and E keys, which I cannot do. And that's gonna get some, need to be learning to
We're ready when you are,
do
Commander.
that, particular habit of mine.
We're on our way.
As that has been learned from other games. That said, I can't think of a...
In the future, you can also use the M key as a shortcut to issue Move to position orders.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. What I was going to say is that I can't think of a intuitive way to have Q and E be to rotate without getting E and C to be up and down, to be something else. So that's honestly just a limitation of how many keys we have access to, I think.
Now let's talk formations. Because only one ship can be commanded at a time, formations are crucial for grouping your forces and keeping management simple.
Alright.
The ANS Dusty Tome is reporting they're ready for orders, so we'll have them fall in with the Small Beginnings.
Alright.
Select the Dusty Tome and open the action menu.
Alright.
The Formation command can be found under the Move submenu and is issued with the FRM or Formation button. You can also use the keyboard shortcut left shift plus F key.
Okay. Simulate formation.
We first have to designate a ship as the guide ship. This ship will be the actual leader for the formation, and all warships following the guide ship will try to copy their current orders. Select the ANS Small Beginnings to mark it as the guide. Next, you'll need to designate a position for the Dusty Tome to take up in formation. The dial functions exactly like the movement command, but it's relative to the guide ship. Pick a position for the Dusty Tome to keep station on.
Okay, so I do that, and then this. Okay, I thought for a moment that this was asking me to put the Dusty Tome, or was
The Dusty
having
Tome will
me-
move into formation, and they'll try to follow the guide ship as best they can.
What I had thought had happened there was that the when I had clicked on the Small Beginnings, that I was now giving orders to the Small Beginnings
Awaiting orders,
because I believe. Let me actually check this out. Position. Oh, okay. So the color does in fact change. I had thought that the color of the movement wheel was the same. Perhaps the problem is that the teal isn't quite as easy to differentiate between the green if you're not immediately noticing it, but it's probably not a big deal now that I've noticed.
If the guide ship is moving when the ship is ordered to form up with it, the guide will automatically slow down to allow the other ship to catch up.
Alright, that's good to know. Okay. I like that it's telling you how things work a lot without me having to experiment on my own to learn this stuff.
You can have as many ships as you want in a formation, but keep in mind that there are drawbacks to having a lot of closely packed ships, beyond white-knuckled helmsmen.
Yeah.
Spacing is key, and sometimes you need to split up.
Alright.
Ships near each other create a larger radar return, making stealth and evasion more difficult and allowing the enemy to detect you at a longer range. But we won't go over sensor coverage just yet.
Okay, I actually appreciate them saying that as well. Going into, and there I am accidentally hitting hook track again, saying that up front.
You can see the structure of your fleet and its formations in the ship list, which dynamically updates to show which ships are in formation with each other.
Alright.
Orders can be issued to your entire formation at once by opening the action menu in formation mode. This can be done by using left shift plus right click with any ship in the formation selected.
Okay, so it doesn't
Yes,
matter
Commander.
what ship I have, but left ship, right click.
The action menu will indicate it's in formation mode by displaying the number of ships
Alright.
the order will be delivered to.
Then I-
For formation mode, don't worry about which ship you have selected, as the order will be delivered to all of them. Easier that way.
Okay, that's good.
Movement orders are a special case, as they will always be routed to the guide ship, and the whole formation will follow them.
Okay.
Now let's get the whole formation moving in a direction. The Drive Course command, found on the Move submenu as the CRS or Course button, will order a ship or formation to travel in a certain direction indefinitely. Select the
okay.
Drive Course command now. Do not issue the order just yet.
Alright, got it selected.
When it comes to picking directions in space, you'll use the Sphere widget. It's similar to the Dial widget from before, but allows for choosing directions more uniformly. It can be a little tricky at first, so take your time and get a feel for it. Moving your mouse cursor around will position the target on the surface of the sphere. By holding left control, you will log the direction and be able to change the radius. This is useful for weapons, as you'll see in a later lesson, but for choosing a course, we really only care about direction.
Yeah. Alright.
Know that the cursor will remain on one side of the sphere, even if you pan the view. The initial side is determined by where your mouse was relative to the ship when you first opened the widget.
Alright.
If you need to switch the side, hold left control and draw the radius back through the center until it's on the opposite side. Get some practice moving the cursor around now, as selecting a direction or position in 3D space can be very disorienting at first. When you're ready, issue the order to get the formation underway in the given direction.
Yeah, we're gonna go down that way. I think. Yeah, let's go this way.
We're on our
The
way.
formation will now drive the course until told to do otherwise. Careful not to lose attention and let them get too far. We've had an incident in the past, and I'm not going to fill out more paperwork.
Actually, I'm gonna send them slightly different direction, I think.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Course. Have them go that way.
We're underway, Commander.
And there I'm doing the hook track thing again. Okay. I feel like I would really like there to be keys that would allow me to rotate around, even if they aren't Q and E. I'm not sure what they would be, maybe 1 and 3. Actually, no, that wouldn't work because of this.
Lastly, let's break the dusty tome back off from the formation. To do so, all you need to do is select the ship and issue a standard movement order to it. That will override its order to keep in formation.
Quiet. Command's on the line.
Just position. Just
Turning up the engines now.
go. Alright. So that just breaks it out immediately.
Well, congratulations! That completes your first lesson in maneuvering ships in the battle
Awaiting
space.
orders, Commander.
We'll cover more advanced topics like weapons employment and tactical view in the next lesson. I'll see you back at the
Position,
academy.
Commander.
Awaiting your orders, Commander. We're holding our
All right.
position.
And with that, I guess my impressions are that I really like the controls as they stand right now. My biggest complaint about them is that I would really like to have some key controls to rotate around. Perhaps there are some that just wasn't covered here, but I'll check the key bindings and take a look for myself on my own time. thank you for watching this first tutorial playthrough. Again, I haven't touched this at all before, and I'm going to have to review my audio before I actually do the next one to make sure that things aren't too loud or too soft. See you next time.